Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Bitcoin is currently in a consolidation, sideways consolidation since this drop yesterday. We are going to take a look at the relevant parameters here and take a look at the price structure before we dive into the micro patterns. Take a look at the decline here, which I have labeled as Circle Wave 4 after Circle Wave 3 has topped. There are talks already about the bear market, a lot of people on Twitter panicking. While I cannot rule that out, it is not my current expectation, but obviously we always have to be able to change our expectations. And the key with every analysis is that you get a key level where the assumption has to shift. And that would be, as you know, the 50,700 level. Shouldn't be anything new. That level has been on the chart for months, really. It is the 50% retracement of Circle Wave 3. And it is the level where I can't really, if the price breaks below it and sustains there, I cannot call this a wave 4 in an impulse anymore. Upside impulse, this here is a pullback, a correction in such an upside impulse. That's at least the current expectation. Wave 4s are designed to be boring. Wave 4s are designed to, bore people out of the markets. That's precisely what we've seen. Now there's even a little bit of panic going around, not necessarily with Bitcoin, but I think lots of altcoins. But then I would explain that by using the wave structure of the individual charts. Okay, we have a lot of wave 2s currently, at least as per Elliott Wave, and these wave 2s are designed to scare people. So that's exactly what we see sentiment-wise. Good news is that Bitcoin, and I have to go to the daily chart for that, Bitcoin is basically not quite, but nearly in oversold territory with regards to the RSI, the Relative Strength Index. Not quite, but it's already come down to 32.5. And typically, historically, as you know, this has been a really good buy signal for Bitcoin or on the Bitcoin chart. So whenever we've had that in the past, it typically did lead to substantial rallies. Of course, not always, okay, but typically even in a downtrend, let's assume a downtrend has started, which is not the current expectation, then even in the event of an oversold RSI, typically we did see a substantial bounce. For example, here from the previous all-time high in 2021, whenever we went into the oversold region, that was, for example, here the case in January 22, we've had a substantial bounce, okay, sooner or later, or here as well, where we had an oversold RSI. But in a downtrend, situation is of course different. We are currently still in this uptrend. We have not yet broken any critical support levels, but of course, it is time for the market to find support in this region, but we haven't even broken support. So therefore, Bitcoin hasn't done anything unusual yet, okay? It's just extremely annoying, this correction, of course. Now, if we then take a look at this WXY pattern that we're tracking, the Y wave consists of an ABC pattern, and it still does look somewhat unfinished. So as I said before, we need to see 5 waves down. We only have 3 at the moment. From this third wave low, which was formed yesterday, we might now have started a wave 4. And if you don't do this already, feel free to follow us on Twitter, X network. Here I posted yesterday already what the critical parameters are, so you stay up to date there as well. We don't have as many updates here as we have it for gold members, for example, but there are some additional updates that might be helpful. This was the chart I posted late yesterday that was after the bounce. It's always funny when we get reactions like this and then you see all these articles come out. Bitcoin is going up, and you see that on Twitter, but also like on Cointelegraph and all these pages. Oh yeah, Bitcoin's price is going up because the interest rates are not changing. And then now today I've seen some come out. Oh, Bitcoin is coming down again because the interest rates are not changing. So the reasons are always, it's just made up stuff, because all the small gains, this small rally was just corrective, and you just need to look at the chart, and it told us that, okay, we have a resistance level there. We had a 3-wave rally. Yeah, I mean, there's no indication that a low is in, right? So there's no reason to to believe it was related in any way to any interest rate decision or whatever. I mean, short-term fluctuations usually happen around that time, but that's normally everything. But the post related to the fact that one more low, yeah, is likely, but in any case, a decisive move above 60,600, so the 50% retracement, would be considered indicative of a potential bottom. So I need to see a break above resistance, okay? But not only that, it needs to be a rally in 5 waves. By the way, before we go back to the chart, yeah, feel free to follow us here. Just use the correct username, the correct handle, not to follow impersonators. But what I wanted to highlight here, a break above resistance is a first indication that a low is in, but it takes a 5-wave move to confirm. So it takes something like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would be our confirmation. First level of confirmation. Second level of confirmation is if these 5 waves are also corrected by an ABC pullback, which is then in 3 waves and should allow the price and the bulls to actually hold a higher low. Until I see that, there's no confirmation of a low, only an early indication, which would be a break above 60,600, or to be more precise, 60,583. But those, a few dollars don't really matter, given that you already have some variation between exchanges. So, but at the moment you can see here we are currently caught in sideways consolidation. And if this consolidation takes a few days, then it gets more probable that this is actually the main wave 4. So we talk about this wave 4. I've already labeled it as if this is the wave 4. At this stage, it would still be possible to get one more low in the 3rd wave. But the longer this sideways consolidation takes, if it takes like 2 or 3 days, then this would be very more clearly the 4th wave, the main 4th wave, with just then one more low ideally to complete this entire correction that started middle of March. One more low, where could it take us? Well, it always depends a little bit on where we form a top here in the resistance area, but we have the next support levels at 55,960 and 55,400. And then if that doesn't hold, then we have 53,480. But really, I would not want the price to go below that. That would be deeper than I expect, okay? But at the moment, the parameters haven't really changed. I still expect further downside. We cannot confirm a low in place until we have 5 waves up, followed by 3 waves down. But we are currently in an area where I think reward to risk is really favorable for those who are looking for accumulation. But don't be aggressive yet, in my opinion. You can't be, really, because we haven't got a confirmed low in place. That's my update about Bitcoin. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.